Show. I'm your host, Victory Davi. I have an exciting show for you today. We're learning more about School Court TV. It's a youth development program that teaches kids about communication, leadership skills, critical thinking skills, life skills. Stay tuned, you don't want to miss this. This is the Victory Davi Show.
Coming up on School Court.
200 hours of community service, Your Honor. That's more than twice than the requirement of the rest of the state.
Community service has never hurt anyone, but instead has given them a greater sense of teamwork.
Welcome to the Victory Davi Show. My name is Victory Davi. Today I'm featuring two student attorneys from School Court TV, and we're excited to get to know a little bit more about them and the show School Court TV. Now, if you're interested in finding out more, or maybe you want to audition for the program, please log on to www.schoolcourt.org. Now, today I have with me Daniel Kelleher and Emily Ellis. How are you guys doing? Good. Good. So tell me a little bit about your participation in School Court.
Well, School Court really helped me gain confidence.
Wonderful. What about you, Daniel?
Yeah, it also helped me gain a lot of confidence because in the start I was really nervous when I started talking.
Okay. And now you're not getting red on me, so you're not that nervous anymore, right? Okay, good. So tell me a little bit about the audition process. Both of you guys came out to a mall and you auditioned for the program. What was that like? Were you a little nervous then?
Yeah, I was a little bit nervous.
Why?
Well, when I speak in public, it's different than singing in front of public, and sometimes I stutter. I used to stutter a little bit when I spoke in public.
But not anymore, right?
No.
Because you've been in the courtroom a lot.
Yeah.
Awesome. What about you, Daniel? What was your audition like?
Well, it was pretty easy because I got to know the judges because they talked to me a little bit before that.
Okay.
And so it was a lot easier to be able to talk to them.
Wonderful. So they weren't mean or attacking you or anything? Okay, good. So you guys chose scenarios and you auditioned with the scenarios, and then what happened?
And then after you audition with the scenarios, well then that was it.
So then did you get a call to say, hey, you're on the show? Did you go check a website? What happened?
I got a call.
You got a call?
3 days later.
3 days later, okay. And then were you guys excited when you got the call?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So then you guys came to what? An orientation, and then what happened? You were assigned a case, right?
Yes.
So then what did you do after that? Did they just throw you out into the street and say, hey, go for it, practice your case?
No, we worked with mentors and real attorneys, and they helped us organize our cases.
What was the most exciting thing about working with these real attorneys?
Well, you got to know what it was like to actually be an attorney in the courtroom.
What's something that an attorney has taught you while you were going over your cases? What's something you've learned?
Like breathing exercises before you start it, so you're not as nervous when you talk to the judge.
Okay, so you're actually talking to a real judge. So it's not like
they're guest speakers. They're guests.
Guest judges. Okay, so when you did your case in the courtroom, who was your guest judge? It was the Baltimore County Executive, right? So the Baltimore County Executive participated in the program. Kevin Kamenetz, thank you out to him. And what was that like? Was he a nice guy?
Yeah, he was a really nice guy. We got to actually meet afterwards in an elevator, and he was telling me how good I did.
That's really cool. So they're actually very personable, our real judges and real attorneys. And then you were with City Councilman William Cole, right?
Yes.
Now the City Councilman is actually all about leadership and youth empowerment, so he was great for the program. We really enjoyed having him. So what was he like? Was he just as nice?
Yeah, he was very nice.
Okay, great. Well, stay tuned. We have a lot more coming up about School Court TV. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Victory Davi Show. Now, before we left, we were talking to student attorneys from School Court TV. What are student attorneys, some people say? Well, I have Daniel Kelleher here with me and Emily Ellis. So what is a student attorney? How would you define a student attorney?
Well, it takes a lot of practice and hard work to do the cases, but it's really fun and you get to meet a lot of nice people.
So it's a lot of fun, you get to meet a lot of people, but there's a lot of practice involved. Well, how would you define a student attorney?
Well, I would say that a student attorney is really cool because you get to see what it's like to be a real attorney. And these are life skills you're learning here, how to argue a case, and if you ever want to be an attorney in the future, then it gives you a really good background.
I completely agree. So it's life skills altogether, not just if you want to argue a case. You're learning a whole bunch of stuff. What are some things you've learned? You guys have both talked about confidence. What else have you learned?
A lot of laws from the Constitution that we've had to look at like several times to learn about our cases.
So that sort of makes you a more well-rounded American citizen in a way. You're learning about the Constitution and not just Maryland law, right? You guys are doing what? Other states too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I guess let's say, what if you were given a scenario? What's the first thing you do when you handle a case? When you get a case?
I thoroughly read the case first.
Okay. And are there sometimes like trick words, or you have to point out some things, like what?
Well, sometimes it's kind of confusing, the plaintiff and the defense side.
Okay, so again, it's like a real case. You get a plaintiff and a defendant, and then you have to research and then present your case in court, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what exactly are you guys doing? Does it go through the actual trial procedures? Is there like an opening statement in the middle, the exact thing? Okay. And now if you guys were out at the auditions for season 3 is coming up, auditions are coming up, what advice would you have for someone auditioning or someone considering joining school court?
I would say that you just have to be confident. Even if you're not sure what you're saying, if you act confident, people will listen to you.
Fake it till you make it. Act confident. Okay, what tips would you have?
Make sure read through the case and find out like all the little tricks in it, so you can talk to the people.
So always look for the hidden message. There's always something within the lines there. So again, I have student attorneys Annalie Ellis and Danielle Kelleher with me. They're from School Court TV. If you're interested in learning more about the program, please log on to www.schoolcourt.org. We'll be right back.
Added 100 hours of community service to the graduation requirement for middle school. This outrageous increase in hours can only be considered forced volunteering. In all other counties in the state, high school students must perform 75 hours of community service to graduate. Peake County School Board has taken pride, Your Honor, in having the strictest, most demanding requirement for their high school graduation. 200 hours of community service, Your Honor. That's more than twice than the requirement of the rest of the state. Now, this same school board has added 100 hours of community service for middle school.
Welcome back to the Victory Davi Show. We're here chatting today with student attorneys from School Court TV. Now, School Court TV is a youth development program dedicated to empowering kids to learn more about their communication, leadership, and critical thinking skills. So what have you guys really learned about leadership, communication, critical thinking skills throughout your time with School Court?
Well, I've learned that you have to be patient with other people, and you have to learn to do things yourself. Don't rely on everybody else to do things for you.
And why do you say that? Tell us about your experience. What happened?
Well, the plaintiff side for one of my cases, one of the girls showed up and her teammate didn't show up, so she had to do the whole thing by herself.
And how many of you were on the opposing side?
3.
So it's 3 against 1. So you learned very quickly to not rely on anyone else. And what does that mean? So that means you have to prepare the whole thing yourself.
Yeah, you have to be prepared to do like the opening statement or the closing statement.
What is the easiest part, do you think, about preparing for the case? Is it the opening, the middle, anything? What do you think?
I think the opening is pretty easy because all you have to do is basically state a review of the case and basically why your case should win.
What are your tips for a great closing statement?
You should restate a lot of the stuff you've said already, just to emphasize the important points.
Okay, and now both of you guys have finished your first round of cases. You're moving on to the finals round. That's exciting. What are you looking forward to from the whole program? What are you looking forward to? Winning the whole thing?
Yeah.
Why is that? Why is that exciting?
because you've done like a really good job over all the cases and everything.
Okay, what are you looking forward to at the end here?
I'm looking forward. I really hope that I can make it all the way to the end.
Look at these big smiles. They really want to take it all the way to the end. They're very excited. Now, the championships are coming up. I think March-ish time. Are you going to come back next season? What do you think?
I think I probably will come back next season.
Okay, great. And I know you were interested in being a student ambassador. So that means you're going to go out and tell other kids, hey, let's join School Court TV. What's one thing, if you were out in audition right now and someone was saying, oh, I'm not really sure if I want to join School Court TV, what would you say to convince them?
Definitely that you get a lot of, you get to be basically on TV, and that's like, it's a really fun thing, and you get to meet a lot of nice people. Okay. And even though like sometimes it gets hard, you just have to keep on pushing.
Keep on pushing. I like that. Now, if you were out in audition and someone said, Italy, I'm not really sure if I want to do this, what would you say?
I would say it's really fun and you earn really good life skills from this program.
Okay, wonderful. Well, again, I have student attorney Danielle Kelleher and student attorney Annalie Ellis. Thank you guys so much for being here. I had a blast. Thank you so much. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Victory Davi Show. Now, I have someone here who's awesome. I love chatting with him. This is Farzan Mohammed. He's actually the executive producer of School Court TV. Now, Farzan, tell us a little bit about School Court TV. Why are you so excited?
The excitement stays within me.
Yes.
When I think about these kids, and when I think about what we've done for them, when I think about things that we're about to embark on, I just get so excited. I actually get goosebumps all over my skin. So basically what we're doing with School Court TV, we're teaching kids life skills. We're teaching them not just to be able to be brave and bold and show confidence and that type of thing, but we also teaching them life skills. Like for example, some of the cases we tried was like a cyberbullying case.
Cyberbullying.
So these are all life skills that actually takes them to the next level. Things to do, things not to do. Right. And so that's why we're so excited about School Court. It does a numerous number of things. In addition to that, we've been educating the public. I've had so many people said to me, I never knew that when I sign an agreement and I sign next to the dotted line and the word says seal, that word seal actually execute that contract for another 12 years.
12 years?
12 years. And so, the general public, the general populace, they are learning so much out of School Court. I've had another person said to me yesterday, I went to a local restaurant that had some dinner, and she walked up and she says, hey, you the guy from School Court? And I said, yeah, I am. She says, one thing I learned, she said, when you were talking about the leases, and I signed, a lease was a yearly lease. I signed on the seal, and it was 12. It was ended up being 12 years. It was a yearly lease, but it ended up being a 12-year lease. And then she also went on to say about the non-refundable deposit, and we were talking about non-refundable deposit, and she didn't understand what that word meant. And when she saw it on TV, she was actually really excited that she learned another word, just one word, just one single word that has helped her into taking herself forward.
So it's a youth development program, but you're educating the general public, the general, typical American.
Yes.
Okay.
General populace, yes.
Okay. So going back, what are students learning here? What are kids learning from this program? You're saying it's a youth development program. You're building the thinkers, the leaders, movers and shakers of tomorrow.
Yes.
What are they actually learning, though?
Well, they're learning a number of things, and that's a very good question. I'm glad you asked me to define that. Usually, one thing is that we're teaching students to become attorneys, and that is so far from the truth.
Okay.
Okay. What we're teaching them to do is we're teaching them to be sharp and articulate. Walk with confidence, keep the head up high, be able to walk up to anybody and hold a conversation, to be able to sit in class and raise their hands and say, it's me, let me answer that question. Sit in front of the classroom and be D1, have the it factor. And that's what School Court's all about. So no matter what field they end up in, it could just be through high school into college, okay? But it'll help them to the workforce. Wonderful. It'll help them take themselves to the next level. So, forget about being an attorney for a second. I mean, that's the way it ended up, then so be it. But but it's all about the students themselves and what they can pull out of it. So I want to make sure we clarify that, because people have this misconception, you know, that we want these students to be attorneys. I mean, like I said, if it happens, hey, Ken, great, super.
So what other fields could they go into? Anything with public speaking or anything just being out in the public? Okay.
Well, absolutely. You know, I'm a business owner myself, and you know, it is so important to be able to read agreements, to be able to have a conversation with someone, to be able to stand up and do a presentation.
Right.
And so it teaches them, like I said, not just to high school and to college, but also, you know, if they end up as a business person, you know, they have a business that they want to take to the next level. Because when you're a business owner, you know, you have to be everything. You know, you have to be the accountant, you have to be the attorney, you have to be the judge, jury, and the executioner. You got to even be the psychiatrist a lot of times as well, you know, when you have employees working for you. So, you know, you have to be everything. And so that's what we're trying to do with these kids.
So the program is for kids ages 10 to 18.
Yes.
Why did you choose such a wide range?
Because, you know, what we want to do is we want to build our future leaders from an early age. Okay, I don't want to wait. Okay, I don't want to wait till they come out of high school or come out of college, and that's I think that's what our problem is in this country. You know, we all too often we wait for the students to come out of college to be ready, and you know what? That's too late. The horse is already out of the barn. You know, we, you know, again, we at School Corps want to make sure that these kids are ready from junior high into high school into college and so on and so forth. Because, like I said, after college it's too late. And you know, I went to a seminar last week, and there was a graduate from a particular school that actually did a presentation. And I was so shocked to hear the presentation. Why? Because it was terrible. It was so bad. A college student. A college student. It was so bad that those skills were not there at all. And that's the thing that was so scary. You know, when we think about, you know, other countries and what other countries are doing, okay? My vision and my goal is to build our future leaders from an early age. But when we think about the different countries like Japan and China, we think about they're teaching their students at age 5 to learn English. Okay, now think about that for a second. What is the largest English country there is? It's the United States. Okay, so why are they training them English from an early age? And those are the things we need to think about to be able to get our kids ready, our future leaders ready. Because if we don't, we're going to be in big trouble. So with that said, we need to be afraid. We need to be very, very afraid that we have to get our students ready from an early age.
Getting our students ready from an early age. So again, it's all about youth empowerment, youth development, kids learning about communication, leadership skills, critical thinking skills. Now something else exciting, you guys have had some pretty awesome judges. Who have you featured on your program? Oh my God, that's we have an extensive list. We have had Kevin Kamenetz, Paul McKinney, executive. We've had Doug Gansler. The Attorney General.
Attorney General Doug Gansler. We have had County Executive from Harford County.
Mr. David Craig, right?
Mr. David Craig. And just a tremendous amount of support from our community leaders.
But you can always use more support.
Absolutely, and that's one thing. And we want to do a challenge. We want to be able to get other business people to support School Court TV. We want attorneys to kind of give back and say, you know what, I want to become a mentor. So what we're looking for is mentors. And we're looking for support to be able to continue to fund School Court TV.
Continue to fund School Court TV. So if someone at home was watching and said, hey, I'm interested in this, how could they find out more information?
Well, just go to schoolcourt.org.
Really easy.
And send us an email. And I will personally respond to that email and be able to contact you. But let me add some of the things that these attorneys get.
Wonderful.
You know, these attorneys, when they come in and they help us mentor these students, they actually get one of the team leaders, either the plaintiff side or the defense side, to be able to say, I am Mohammed, and I represent Alex Martic and Associate.
So the attorney actually gets their name on the case?
They get the plug of the name, the law firm, and that's for both sides, the plaintiff side, the defense side. Okay. Also the judge as well, so because we can also have the judge being one of those attorneys as well. So they'd be able, you know, to get back way more than they're putting in terms of, you know, support, you know, back from the student and School Court TV. So it's a great opportunity for them to participate. We want them to participate. We want them to come on and be a mentor. We're desperate in need of mentors. We have 12 mentors now. And I want to thank those, you know, all the mentors who have been out there, you know, Alex Martic, Robert DeShields, all the attorneys that we have had. I really, really sincerely want to thank you.
So, in conclusion, you have auditions coming up very soon, and you said it's schoolcourt.org, correct?
Schoolcourt.org.
Okay, so www.schoolcourt.org for more information. This is the Victory Davi Show. We're learning so much more about School Court TV. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Victory Davi Show. Today we are chatting with Farzan Mohammed. He is the executive producer of School Court TV. Now, School Court TV is a youth development program dedicated to empowering youth to grow and develop in their communication, leadership, and critical thinking skills. Now, they have auditions coming up. This is exciting. You have auditions coming up at local malls.
Yes.
And why should kids even bother coming out to these auditions?
Well, you know, it's very important that they do that because, again, we want to make sure that they are sharp and articulate and be able to move to the next level. And so I urge the parents to go to schoolcourt.org and look at the videos from season 1 and season 2.
Right.
Because when they do that, then they'll see kids at work.
Well, speaking of videos, Farzan actually has a clip for us, and we're excited about this. This is your student attorney is actually in action, right?
Yes.
So this is exciting. Let's see what this clip's all about.
Eating an elephant. You do it one bite at a time. You can't do it all at once, right? Okay. I want to hear what the defendants have to say now. Okay.
Your Honor, since 1975, Peake County School Board has prided itself on requiring more community service hours for high school graduation than any other county in the state of Wisconsin. In 2007, the Peake County School Board decided they wanted to push the envelope farther and be even more recognized for having youth to give back to their communities. As a result, 100 service hours were added as a requirement for graduation for middle school students. Parents and middle school students were outraged at the new policy, and as it would require parents to find volunteer work for their kids, would cut into homework, extracurricular time, and would seriously deter much-needed playtime and relax for the youth. The new policy, according to parents, really serves no purpose, but these are young kids. What can they do for the community? They can do a lot for the community. They can give back to the community. They can cut grass for people. They can take out the trash for people.
That was awesome. I've never seen kids communicate like that. Now, this was actually the finals round, so the kids are moving on here to the championship round. What's that all about?
Well, basically, you know, with School Court, we, you know, not just do they try their cases and they leave, but we also have competitive levels where we take them to the next level. The winner challenge the next winner, and then move up to the peak, which is the next level, all the way up to the end.
Just like other sports, kind of just like a competition. They're moving on. Okay, great. And you have some wonderful prizes, I've heard, for them. But we're not going to tell you what they are. Yeah. There's a surprise. You get to tune into School Court. And when is it on, actually?
I'm talking about the finals?
School Court in general. When's it on?
Well, we mentor every Saturdays.
Okay.
And then we tape every other Wednesday.
Okay.
So it's not a whole lot of time, you know, committed in terms of, you know, the kids and think they're going to be away from certain things or take away time from the parents. So, you know, we try to give them as much mentoring as possible. And we love them to be there for all the mentoring.
Right.
Unfortunately, that doesn't happen. But we want them to come on and stay with School Court in terms of, you know, getting as much mentoring as possible. Because, you know, again, at the end, if they're not ready, then they'll be in trouble.
Wonderful. So you mentor often. Now, when I turn the TV on, it says School Court TV. When is it on, though? Like.
Okay, yeah, School Court TV is actually on Saturdays at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
That's the new
at
episodes.
Night or in the morning?
In the mornings,
okay.
8 a.m. On Saturdays, 8 a.m. and on Sundays at 8:30.
Okay, so all I have to do is get onto their guide and find out, you know, what channel or.
Exactly. If it's Comcast, it's Comcast 206.
Okay.
If it's Verizon, it's 465.
Okay.
Those are the two, you know, main channels that we're on.
So whatever county you're in, wherever you're at and you're watching the show, just log onto the website and you can find out where it is in your area, right?
Yeah, the homepage, you know, says it all. We try to keep everything that's going on the homepage itself. Okay. So once you go to schoolcourt.org, log on to the homepage, and it's all right there. You know, we also want to make sure that we have you know, as many kids as possible for not just for mentoring, but also the ones who just want to come in and see and visit and see what School Court's all about. We welcome that. We also welcome, you know, everybody out there to come out and see what a taping's like.
Very nice.
You know, we want to see you know, parents show up with their kids. You know, I tell you a story real fast. We most people, when it's parent Child's Day or Children's Day or Students' Day, whatever you want to call it, but if parents take the kids to work. I actually take my son to the courthouse.
That's interesting.
We don't go to the office,
right?
Because I can always teach him that. But I take him to the courthouses so he can learn how to present and debate, and to learn from the other side too, because he gets to see people coming in with shackles, and he gets to experience all that. He's like,
unique experience.
Wow. So yeah, so it's all about everything we talked about. It's not just a youth development program where we teach them how to debate and present, but also life skills, teaching the general populace about laws, things to do to protect themselves. So it's a phenomenal opportunity. Again, I want to stress that we want students. We want as many students to attend the rehearsals, even if they're not participating.
Okay.
And we also want them to come to the show when the actual taping is present. But not all that's on schoolcourt.org.
Right.
So if we're taping in Towson, we're taping in Glen Burnie, it's there.
Now I want you to send a special message home really quick, but we do have another clip actually before we get to that. And let's just take a look.
These kids still need to have their wild imaginations going on.
Or they need to go play their Xbox.
Your Honor. Playing Xbox playing video games can also help students, help kids become more idealistic.
Okay. So you can sit down.
What would happen to them? Would they have to do it in less time?
Oh, people who transfer in?
Yes.
Well, I think that's a question for them to answer. That's a good question.
Okay.
I think you raise a very valid point with that, and I'm sure the school board has dealt with that or will deal with that, because they have to with subject matter as well.
Yeah.
Now, aren't your textbooks kind of thick?
Yes, Your Honor.
So do the students get those and think, oh my gosh, I have to read this all at once?
Amazing insight to School Court TV. Now again, like Farzan was saying, if you're interested in School Court, this is just a glimpse of what you're going to get into. So come out to the rehearsals, come out to the tapings, and see more about School Court TV. Now, before we leave, I want you to send a special message home to parents. Parents are saying, oh, I think I might be interested in this. I think my kid might be interested in this. Why should parents bring their kids out to these auditions?
I'm glad you asked that. That's the reason why I want parents to go to schoolcourt.org and look at videos from season 1 and season 2. And those are the kids we look for. When you look at certain TV shows that have kids involved, they always look for the best students, the students that are the smartest and the best and the brightest. School Court's all about taking those that are shy and are bashful. Like some of the kids we had in season 1 that, were like this and couldn't hardly speak or present. And then at the end, we actually had tears in our eyes when they were interviewed by other TV stations. We said, wow. So for parents, I can't stress enough, I can't urge enough for you to go to schoolcourt.org, look at those videos, and imagine your kids being able to do that. Because if you don't get them ready for what's ahead, then shame on you. I really urge you to get online, watch those videos.
All right, well, we've learned so much about School Court TV. Again, it's a youth development program teaching life skills. Your kids don't just get to be on TV, they're learning how to speak, how to present themselves, how to be an effective American citizen. So if you're interested in School Court TV, they have auditions coming up. More information is available at www.schoolcourt.org. Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Mohammed. We really enjoyed having you and learning more about School Court TV. This is the Victory Davi Show. We'll see you next time. Well,